Hey everyone, and welcome to another edition of Tactical Tips brought to you by the Independent Dealer Podcast and our friends at Neo. Underwriting is so important any business you do, especially if financing is involved. So Neo will help you take the guesswork out of underwriting. It will take all the data that you've produced over the years, simplify it, put it into an algorithm, do all the funny things I don't even know how to do, and spit you out a result. And so Neo helps us do that, especially in the buy here, pay here industry. You need to take the guesswork out of it. You need to take the subjectivity out of it. And Neo is there to help us do that. So past couple of weeks, we've been going over, debt and things like this and what it means to grow your business and what it means to not grow your business in some cases. So this week, we're going to talk about good debt and bad debt. And we all know that there is good debt and there's bad debt. We've got three little differences here that will help you, guide you in how to use debt and use it properly, because the worst thing you can do for your business is use debt the wrong way or over leverage yourself. And in that case, you will go out of business very quickly. And when it comes to being in the buy here, pay here business, you'll see that banks will typically, or whoever's loaning you money, will typically not let you get over a certain percentage of your receivables. And if you do, then you're out of trust and you have to fix that. So let's talk about good debt first. So we talked about this a lot the last 2 weeks about owning your own property. Property debt is good. And so one of the first things you will do probably when after you get established in business is try to buy your property. And some of you do that up front. Some of you can't do it up front. So you have to have a good track record of, hey, this is how we run our business. And so when you go to the bank and you get that debt, that's good debt. So property, number one, good debt. Number two, when you talk about good debt, is what can I buy for my business and finance it with debt that allows me to have good growth potential? And so if you think about the things that you need to have growth potential, and cash being one of them, can help you put more accounts on the street or buy more inventory to sell more cars. So these are ways to use debt that's good. Always, if you're going to use that debt, make sure it'll help you grow. And one thing about debt is it can be really good versus giving someone equity in your business. So what I mean is this, it's cheaper to borrow money to help you grow than to get money from outside investors and diminish your business's value to you. So if I own 100% of my business today, but the only way I feel like I can grow is to give 20% of it away to an outside investor or things like that, well, that's bad equity, because you're giving it away right now when your business may not be worth a lot, but down the road, it might be worth a whole lot. So it's cheaper to use debt than it is to use equity by giving equity away to take in cash, by getting a partner or whatever. So those are good debts. Bad debt. Everybody thinks about, bad debt or debt is bad. Debt can be good or bad. I'm not crazy about debt, but sometimes you got to have it, right? So, but the things that are bad debt are high rates that eat at margins without growth, right? So what can happen is your gross margins may only be in the 25 to 27%, and all of a sudden you're borrowing money at 17 or 18%. Well, you're almost done. Well, your gross margins may only be 17% and you're borrowing money at 17%. Next thing you know, you're out of business. So make sure that if you are having higher rates to borrow money, that you make sure that your margins are higher. If not, you will be out of business very soon. The next thing, and everybody knows this, depreciating assets, toys, these things stink. Boats, motorcycles, certain cars, these things you don't need to do. Stay far away from that. And if you do want to buy toys, that's fine. Pay cash for them. Don't use debt to buy toys. Number three, and all of us run into this problem because a lot of us as business owners have really, really big hearts. And if you start financing things for your employees or giving your money to employees and hoping they're going to pay you back, let me tell you from experience, they will not pay you back. And so if you want to give money to your employees, give it in forms of bonuses and things like that, but never loan money to employees, because in the end, it's going to be bad debt for you and bad debt for your business. Hey, I hope these things help. Focus on good debt, focusing on getting better, focus on growth. Good debt, good growth, and you'll win. See you next week.